Hi, I'm Linda Derry, host of the CISTA Girl Environmental Club's TV show. And today, my guest is one of my neighbors and members of the Volunteers of Springfield Park organization, Miss FAY HILL.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
I love parks, and there's coincidentally one 2 blocks away from me, specifically Springfield Park, off of 147th Avenue and Springfield Boulevard. It's a park where my dog used to run all around the baseball field and where I played and still play on the swings and slides. It's a park that I have used for 12 years, and I hope to continue to use for as long as I can. I also enjoy participating in It's My Park Day, and it especially made sense to help my local park, and it's where I met Miss FAY HILL.
Okay.
Tell us a little about you and your organization.
Hi, Linda. My organization is Volunteers of Springfield Park, and what we do, a couple of years ago, around 6 years ago, 2 elderly women like myself decided to restore the park because the park was so deplorable. People haven't gone to the park in 30 years.
Wow.
So what we did, we decided to plant some flower beds, and another volunteer decided to join us, and we decided to form an organization, Volunteers for Springfield Park, Inc., and that was done 6 years ago. Now, what we do, we try to clean up the park and we monitor the park. And as for example, what we did as one of our projects, we decided to put some dog dispensers around the park where we could put plastic bags into the park, you know, for people to use and pick up their dog poops as one of our big projects. And so far, the park has been very clean and people have been cooperating.
Yeah, I've seen those around.
Yes, So, and basically what we have done also is we try to plant more gardens and more flower beds, and we have around maybe 6 flower beds. And one of our volunteers, Veronica, she's so ardent in getting this park and look like Central Park is unbelievable. And now that the park has been restored to some extent, we need more beautification, and we reach out to our Councilman Donovan Richards, who was able to give us some discretionary funds, and we were able to get more amenities for the park, like flowers, perennials, and so forth, so that we were able to do that. And we noticed that most of the people are in the community are enjoying the park.
Yes.
They come out to do their jogging. People walk around, and we were able to get benches also.
Yes.
We were able to get benches from the Parks Department through our discretionary funds, and we were able to installed around maybe 8 benches, and people are using it. But we'd like the people to use the garbage disposal sometimes and put the trash in there, and the park looks beautiful.
It does look beautiful,
Yeah.
and I know many people, including myself and a lot of my neighbors, do enjoy that park. So, and to learn even more about this amazing organization, you can go to www.volunteersforspringfieldpark.org. Here are a few questions for you. Can anybody become a member of this organization?
Yes, and what we're really reaching out, because of the age we're more mature women, we'd like to have some young people in the community. Some kids from the schools could come and join there's no criteria you have to fill out or anything like that. We just want you to be a volunteer and you love nature, because that's one of the main focus I think CITA is doing here too, to the environment, to save the world for the young people that are coming behind us.
Yes.
So we would like to have kids to come out and help us with the park. But as Linda has done before, she has come out to help plant daffodils in the park for the past 2-3 years, and that's a big joy. To see the daffodils coming out at springtime is a joy.
It's so great, especially since you did it yourself.
Yeah.
It gives that extra sense of, wow, I did this for my park.
Exactly.
And how many years has this organization been a part?
As I said, 6 years ago.
Yes.
After I retired, because I retired from a law firm, as an executive secretary, and I'm involved in my community as is, because I'm with my church, I'm with the Democratic Club of Queens, Elmer Blackburn Democratic Club. I'm a member of Allen AME. I'm on the security ministry, and I am also a community board member, community board 13 member also.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, And those are the few hats that I wear around.
That's like a lot of dedication, and it's amazing because of this amazing cause,
Yes.
especially for your community. Also, you already talked a little bit about it, but can you elaborate a little on before this organization was started and elaborate on how it was before this beautification project started?
As I said previously, it was deplorable, very bad. There were people used to dump their cars there into the lake.
Wow.
We have a beautiful lake, as you can see, and they used to have drugs there too. And people never used to go to that park.
Yeah.
I remember a couple of months ago, I saw a woman. She was jogging, and we struck up a conversation, and she said to me, my kids grew up in this neighborhood, and they never came to the park, and I've never been to the park in 30 years.
Wow.
Would you believe that? And now we can't even find space sometimes to jog into the park or to walk in the park.
Yeah.
Because everybody's really using it, and we see the residue of it, to see how bad it was, and to see the beauty of it now is really pleasing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You were quoted, "Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for life," and that's what we're doing. Can you explain that quote?
Well, the quote really, I was interviewed on Metro New York, and one of the interviewers, she was the one who mentioned that. And it really says that if we decided to do this improvement of our park, someone else will follow.
Yes.
So, that's the main reason for that quotation. Because if we didn't do it, it would stay like that, and now people are enjoying it. So someone would say, well, those ladies used to look after the flowers. Maybe we can do that.
Yes, definitely.
Yes,
This park, because of this organization, is so beautiful. I actually have a picture here. And as you can see, it's such a beautiful
yes,
park.
You see the transformation from the lake. These used to be, cars used to be all around here, and the weeds used to be high. And look at now, we can enjoy the environment right there.
Yes. Quick question, I never really knew. Would you consider this a pond or a lake?
It's a man-made lake.
Nice.
Well, most of the water, I think, comes up from north, and it goes down into the lake and goes right down into Far Rockaway, into the Rockaway Bay.
So it is really beautiful,
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
This park has absolutely anything for pretty much anybody.
Yeah.
For example, if you like sports, there's a baseball field where you can play soccer, cricket, and of course baseball.
Yeah, and football also.
Yeah, football too.
And when I saw someone the other day, they came out with a golf stick.
Wow.
And we're playing golf, and yes.
It's really a space where you could be really creative, and it's a public place so that it's free for you to use.
Exactly.
There's also a tennis court and a basketball court.
Right.
Alongside a park with sprinklers, which is my favorite part, of course.
Yes.
Since I love water. And there's, as you mentioned before, a pathway along the entire lake, which you can go jogging, bike riding, skateboarding, which I do a lot. And it's a great place to spend time and really connect with nature.
That's right.
There's also a barbecue and picnic area for
yes,
families to enjoy, which I love. We actually had a thank you.
Yeah, we
picnic
had a family day the other day, August 13th. We had a family day, and we invited the community to come out.
Yes.
And it was sponsored really by Citizens Committee. We got a grant a couple of months ago.
That's amazing.
And what we do also as my organization, I'm the one who writes for grants, and we receive a few grants from our organization.
That's amazing. And as you can see, this is an amazing park that you should definitely go check out. There's actually a rock area somewhere around here. I actually don't know where exactly it is. But me and my dad always skateboard to that place, and then we end up eating a granola bar or something.
Yes.
And that's a great activity for us to do to spend time with each other.
And when I see with the benches that I mentioned earlier, I've seen lovers coming out, hand in hand, husband and wife. I met a husband and wife. They're married 40 years.
Wow.
They came out and they sat on the bench and they reminisced for a little while. So this is like a small Central Park, I would say.
Yeah, it is. It's our local Central Park.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. Now, besides being the secretary, which you already mentioned, do you also did the bylaws and grant writing, as you just said? Elaborate on that.
Yes, I did the grant writing, and it so happened that the grant writing that I wrote, I didn't go to class for it.
Wow.
I just sat down and I imagined how I would want my park to be, and what I did, I list the items that we needed. Like, for example, we needed shovel, we needed a hose, we need rakes, we need bags, and so forth. So that's what I wrote for the grants. And one of the grants that I got from Citizens Committee, we wanted to use as a vegetable garden.
Oh, yeah.
So we're hoping that the kids in the neighborhood and from the school we would come and participate in that garden.
I definitely participate.
Yes. And what we would plan to do, that we would fence it off. This way we don't have the dogs go into it and so forth. And we plan to plant like vegetables, tomatoes, string beans, collard greens, and so forth.
Those are some of my favorite vegetables.
Yes, that's what we plan to do. And as far as the grant and the 501c3, it so happened that the law firm that I used to work for, they are the ones who were able to write my bylaws. And we got a grant from Partnership for Parks, and they were able to substitute for this grant, for this incorporation, the 501c corporation.
That's amazing. And I was actually there for the thank you picnic, as I mentioned, where we actually used the barbecue and picnic area, and it is such a beautiful place to spend time with family, friends, and it was amazing to meet all of the people, especially you, that made this grant happen, because it's a lot of dedication that not only you and everybody that you work with put in for for such a great cause.
Yes, as a matter of fact, too. Now this past summer, we had so many people out in that park.
Wow!
It was like full. People were out further out from the picnic area, which they're not allowed. And sometimes we have to really go and speak to these people because they leave the place they litter the place. So we tell them, you have to clean up the park after you leave. But a lot of people have been using Springfield Park, and they're really enjoying it. The kids are really enjoying the environment because this is what we are focusing on too.
Yeah, and it does really have something for all ages.
Exactly.
Because the sprinklers I have been using since I knew how to walk, actually probably even before that.
Yeah.
Because I love water, and it's so refreshing on a summer day.
Exactly.
Or during the fall, you can watch all the leaves falling.
Yes.
During the winter, the lake looks so pretty when it's frozen over, even though it's kind of dangerous to ice skate on it.
Right, of course, we don't like that.
Yeah, so you should probably read all the rules and regulations before you have fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it is so much fun being there. Is there any specific important environmental topics that our specifically community should be aware of?
Well, we are focusing really on the environment, as we just spoke earlier, and the air quality, because a lot of our elderlies and even young people have suffering from asthma.
Yeah.
And now we have the JFK planes that comes over and pollute the air. But if we have the trees, as we mentioned earlier, we plant daffodils. We're hoping to get more trees because Sandy did a damage on Springfield Park, and a lot of trees were lost. So we're trying to get more trees, and the DEP promised to give us some more trees in February.
Yeah, these are amazing causes, especially that this is so amazing to me. Well, all of this organization is amazing, but that you're choosing, a lot of people I know would choose to use this grant that you were fortunate enough to have to buy things, like certain things that the park doesn't exactly need, but you're using it for hoses to plant the flowers, because actually I have information that you use that hoses were essential, because I heard that an old method was to literally take buckets and haul water from the lake.
Exactly, right.
Which isn't very safe, especially since, as you said, there was cars dumped in there, which is terrible for the water.
Well, now we have the Blue Belt right now that was done by a couple of months ago, or maybe a year ago, by DEP and DEC, and with our councilman also, and now we have a blue belt because we used to have a lot of flooding in Springfield. So now that the Springfield Boulevard is all paved, and we have a lot of underwater pipes that goes right into the bay. Now we don't have that too much flooding, and that's an environmental issue also with the flooding, and it's just a remarkable